Getting youth outdoors can inspire social skills, healthy lifestyles, and educational opportunities. But statistically, fewer youth of color are involved. In this campfire chat, we talk with Xavier Duckett, who founded the Humble Hustle program to change all of that, and it's already made a huge impact.
You know, when for the most part, we go outdoors, there's not a lot of people of color there.
No.
And it's something that I love about you is you are committed to changing that.
For sure,
And I love it. So I'm gonna dive in. Tell me, first off, you know, I want to tell people about the first time I met you was through one of your programs. So your organization is called the Humble Hustle Company, right?
Yes.
But I met you through
Humble Hikes. So like Pete said, the overarching organization is called the Humble Hustle. But the program is called the Humble Hikes. And so that started about 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, about 2017, 2018 is when we started like really roll. But it started as a program we were working with TAP, Young Adult Life Enhancement Program.
Okay.
So it was a lot of youth that were having, whether it was academic challenges or having trouble at home, they could get in this program, learn these social skills, these trades, these life skills. We were that mental challenge that we wanted to kind of test them to show them like, hey, you know, these are the type of challenges life is gonna bring. But instead of it being like, you know, a test or a quiz, it was like, hey, what better than to do it outdoors? And so when I first moved back home, you know, I got really bored. I got super bored, and I started to see a lot of my white friends like being outdoors, camping, kayaking, canoeing, like mountain bike riding, hiking, everything. And I was like, why is there no people that look like me doing this? And you know, that program was predominantly black, so it was like, hey, that was the first thing I could kind of tap into to get a cohort of kids. And from there, it kind of just evolved into this, okay, I'm working at the schools, let's get the kids that are at the schools involved, and let's get the kids in the community. So I started to tap into different community groups, and then it just kind of built into this this amazing, like, beneficial program that the community has kind of just followed behind us. Yeah, embraced and said, hey, you know what? This is something that nobody's ever done. This is something that we've never seen, and we're gonna get behind you 100% and make sure that this sustains.
You're really passionate about this, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But why do you think that like this is so good for the kids?
Yeah.
You know, like
there's so many different. I mean, I could give you the cliche answers of, oh, the mental health is great.
Yeah.
You know, all of that, and that's very true. But I think it's just, for me, the exposure, and I can over talk about exposure because of the way that it changes your mind. Coming from Roanoke, you know, as a kid living in the county and the city, and being exposed to both of those things, I went away to a bigger city and was exposed to so much, and it just changed me. And so that was just me seeing a little bit of the city. So there's no reason why, and I thoroughly believe this, and anybody that works with me, I try to instill this, there's no reason why any kid in this city should not be exposed to the things that are in their backyard.
So you got the Humble Hikes program,
Yes.
which is working, what age group kind of kids are we working?
Yeah, so we're right at 8 to 16.
8 to 16-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
And
doesn't mean we won't take anybody, because it's been many times where we get a 7-year-old or a 6-year-old.
If they want to go outside, we're going to get them outside.
Absolutely.
So what's a typical outing look like?
Okay.
What's the last outing you did?
Last outing we did, we went mountain bike riding.
Okay.
Something that, I'll be honest, I had never done.
Yeah.
It was a culture shock for me as well. But we got a bunch of bikes together. We're very grassroots, and we're very much like, we don't really take no for an answer. So the community supports it, so they make sure that it happens. Well, we went over to Morningside Park, unloaded the bikes. You know, I picked up probably about 15 kids, let them know we were gonna ride bikes. That's all I gotta tell them. Once we get there, they see the hills, they see the dirt, and they're just ready to be outside. Like, once you get them there is no, I don't wanna do this. It's like, hey, we're gonna do this because you've never done it. And after you do it, I promise you're gonna wanna do it again. And that's exactly what it was. I mean, the surveys, the data that we collect of just kids that have never been exposed to that or never done it, they're just like, absolutely, I want to come again.
I always say it's like when you take someone out of their comfort zone
Absolutely.
and put them into a new environment, that's when a lot of personal growth takes place. They learn a lot about themselves. But what I love about Humble Hikes and Humble Hustle and what you're doing is you're taking this into your community, and you're making it. You're a resource for these kids to get it connected with the outdoors.
Absolutely.
So
make it cool.
Magic wand, you get a wish. You know, what's your one wish for your organization?
My one wish right now currently would be transportation.
I've heard that a lot.
Yes.
Not just from you.
Yes.
Lots of nonprofits, organizations, especially nonprofits that are working with kids.
Yep.
The challenge is transportation.
Like I said, we're grassroots, so we don't really take no for an answer. So if we say we're going to do it, we're going to do it. Whether that means, honestly, we have to pile the kids up in a car and
make multiple trips.
And make multiple trips, or we just do it in our backyard. We do the outdoor culture event, and that's in their community because we know, hey, they can walk. They can walk to get to this one. We spent a lot of money on whether it's radar vans or using other people's transportation, just doing whatever we can. But at this point, it's like our program is, one, sustainable. We've got the data to back it. It's shown and proven that we're doing what we were saying we're doing. So now it's like, hey, we need some reliable transportation. We can brand sponsors, whatever, but to give these kids something really, really nice to get into and say, hey, look, you know what? I remember when Mr. X and Mr. Rod and all of our volunteer committee, I remember when they took us up the mountain and we did this, rather than it constantly being a struggle to do something that's actually changing lives.
Well, I think that the outdoors for the Roanoke region is very impactful.
Yes.
And I think what you're doing is very impactful too within the community. I think it's so needed.
I appreciate it.
And I think that if someone wanted to help you, can they volunteer for you?
They can volunteer.
And they can make a donation?
They can make a donation. You can say
they can donate a van.
Want. You can donate a van. 4 wheels, 12 and 15 seats. We will take it all day.
What's your website?
TheHumbleHustle.org.
Okay.
TheHumbleHustle.org. You'll find everything there.
Okay. What's the next big thing for you?
Yes. So we just entered a partnership with Department of Wildlife Resources to celebrate diversity in the outdoors. So
a statewide organization.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's another high five.
So I'm super excited about that.
Xavier Duckett.
Little boy. I don't know.
I mean, that's awesome. So you're partnering with an organization
Yes.
that is predominantly known for hunting and fishing.
Yes.
Not a. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not predominantly a lot of black people doing hunting and fishing.
And I think that's the beauty of it is just people being able to see the authenticity of what we're doing. They're saying, hey, you know what? They're not the biggest organization. They're not they don't have the most staff or the most money, but it's intentional and it's authentic. So we're gonna use that branding to push this outdoors are better together message because
outdoors is better together.
Outdoors are better together. That is it.
We're ending on that one.
Yes, I like it.
Outdoors is better together.
Yes.
I'm Peter Eshelman with Roanoke Outside, Xavier Duckett with Humble Hustle.
Absolutely.
Outdoors is better together.
Yes.
And remember, wherever your adventure takes you, Roanoke Outside is there.
Absolutely.